Let's get prepping for the teriyaki chicken bowl. First, I want to wash my hands, and then I'm just going to get a couple things out before I start recording for you all. Pans out for chicken. We want to make sure we get all of our ingredients out for our sauce. I also started the ginger quinoa. I started filling up the pot for broccoli to steam, and then the chicken I just wanted to get out evenly on the pans. From there, I'm going to turn the water on to boil. Make sure all of my seasoning goes into my quinoa. Watch my ginger quinoa video if you want the recipe for that and to see how it's done. And this is just the order of efficiency I would have everything in to make this as quick as possible. And then from here, I'm gonna make sure that my broccoli gets rinsed and I will have everything ready to go. Hey everybody, Chef Kimber. I am back, and today I'm gonna make my famous chicken teriyaki bowl with ginger quinoa and steamed broccoli. So I just showed you all how I set up and prep to get everything ready. First I preheat my oven, which it's almost there. Perfect. I've already have a ginger quinoa cooking video out there, so I'll post a link in the description here in case you just wanna watch that. But I just added my quinoa, water, olive oil, seasonings. Turn this on, I'm bringing it up to a simmer, turn it on low, so that was the second thing I did. Then I got this big pot of water for broccoli turned on. I'm gonna steam my broccoli. If you wanted it to be even easier, you could just get another pan and roast your broccoli. But I think the color, the vibrancy of the green with broccoli after it's been steamed is just so pretty. And then I got all of my ingredients ready to make my teriyaki sauce, so it's super healthy. And that is it, we're rocking and rolling. I also did rinse off my broccoli too, so we're gonna get started now. With the chicken out, I did chicken thighs and then I accidentally grabbed chicken breasts, which is fine. They're gonna cook a little bit different times. The thighs are probably gonna be a little bit longer than these. They look really thin chicken breasts, so all I'm gonna do with this is put a little sea salt on it. And I like chicken thighs because it's higher in fat, so it's better for hormone balance. It also stays moist longer than white, so it doesn't get overcooked as easily. And it's cheaper. So who doesn't love that? Oh, my headband, sorry everyone. And I am making this right now, prepping meals for our family and for our friends. So I'm making a large batch here, and it's just so stinking easy. I'm gonna be able to make all of this in less than an hour, which is a big deal. So we'll go ahead and wait for that. Once that goes off, we'll throw those in the oven. I'm actually gonna start steaming my broccoli first. So I've already rinsed my broccoli. Let me get everything out of the way. So broccoli has been rinsed, and I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, there's my oven right there. So throw these guys in. And I'm gonna start with a timer for about 24 minutes and then check those. The turkey breasts are really thin, so those should be done. And then we'll just check the thighs and see what's going on there. And we're gonna just cut the broccoli. So I like to cut the bottom off. I actually use the stalk still, the stem. I cut the bottom off just because it's easy. And then I just cut these into, all of them. You want them into bite-sized pieces. I'm actually just gonna throw everything back into here. So always wanna cut any vegetable the size you'd wanna take a bite on a date, so you don't wanna be like shoving something in your mouth. But we also want to use as much of the broccoli as we can for cost. We want to get our bang for our buck here. Just going to cut this up. So that was really, really easy. You could use any vegetable you want. I, again, just love the color of broccoli. I love the taste. The stems have a little bit more of a spicy flavor, which is fun. You could do cauliflower. Purple cauliflower would be really pretty. So we're gonna go ahead, this water's boiling. We're gonna toss it in. It's gonna be like 4, maybe less, minutes in this boiling water. I have nothing in this water. I don't put oil, I don't put seasoning. And I love this pot because it already has a strainer in it. So all I have to do is lift it out and boom, the strainer is ready to go. So go ahead and leave that there. Oh, it's already turning that pretty green color. This is coming up to a boil. I might turn it up slightly. I started running out of pans because I'm meal prepping for a lot of other things too right now. And this was the last pan I had left, so maybe get one that has a little more room so you're a little bit safer, because this will boil over and make such a mess. I've done it a million times. And I'm just trying not to do it right now, so I don't want to clean up. We're gonna go ahead and start making our sauce. This broccoli is ready. I actually have only been standing here for 3 minutes drinking some coffee. The broccoli's done, so I don't like to do a lot of dishes. I'm just gonna use that pot. I'm gonna take my broccoli out. So if I have enough going on and I'm boiling a lot, steaming a lot, I will then keep the water and use it as stock too. So just something else, if you need some veggie stock or some broccoli stock, that's a really nice option. Okay, this looks perfect. That's still cooking. And then look at how vibrant and beautiful this broccoli is. Oh, so pretty. I love broccoli. Okay, let that happen. And then we'll start getting everything ready for the sauce. So I have coconut aminos. I don't do soy. Tastes just like soy sauce without the soy, the wheat, all the bad stuff. So I'm making a large batch, like I said. Dump that in. I need honey. I usually use local honey, but I've been making a ton of elderberry syrup for my friends. So I just ran out after making a batch yesterday. This is organic, raw honey. You could use any honey you'd like. If you need to use a different sweetener, feel free, but this is just my honey teriyaki sauce, so sticking with the theme here. And like I said, I hate doing a lot of dishes, so I reuse. If it is something that I don't have to worry about allergies, cross-contamination, meat, of course, then I'm gonna continue to use the same dishes over and over again. Use this to stir the broccoli. Now I'm gonna throw it in here. When I work with people with different allergies, I have to be extremely careful about cross-contamination. I never want to get somebody sick, have them get an anaphylactic reaction, so just be careful if that's what you're doing. And then rice vinegar. This was the one I could find at the store I went to. You are always welcome. I'm just gonna eyeball this. To get a different vinegar if you want. If you're allergic, I'm sure it would do the same thing. It wouldn't have exactly that Asian flavor, but you could do apple cider vinegar or whatever you have on hand. And then, okay, use all these things to get dirty. We've got ginger. Anytime I can eat something with ginger and I know it's boosting my metabolism, yes please. Can I please eat and get thin? That's all I want. That's all I ever try to do. Okay, and then some garlic because we love garlic. Now, as you can see, I'm almost done cooking everything, and I want everything to be done around the same time, right? That's the goal. You don't want to be in your kitchen forever. You don't want it to take hours and hours. You want it to all be done at the same time, plate everything up, move on. So that's everything for now. Coconut aminos, honey, garlic, ginger, rice wine vinegar, or excuse me, just rice vinegar. And then I am gonna do a slurry into this in a little bit once this gets heated up. So a slurry normally is, what is it? Cornstarch and it's usually cornstarch and water, but I use arrowroot starch and water. You could do potato starch, you could do tapioca starch, but that is what we put in after this is heated up, and you want it in here so that it just thickens the sauce. So I'm gonna put this on. We're just gonna let this start to heat up. It doesn't cook for long. Again, we just want it to start to warm up, and we want everything to incorporate. We don't wanna reduce it down. That's not the point here. We just wanna get it nice and warm, get all the seasoning mixed in. We want everything to emulsify, and then once it comes to a simmer, I'm gonna do my slurry, which I'll show you all how to do, and then I'll show you what it looks like to pour that slurry in and how quickly it thickens up. It's pretty amazing. You could do it in gravies. I've seen people do it in soups. Slurries are in a lot of sauces, I'm not gonna lie. It's just that binder that thickens it and keeps everything emulsified so it doesn't separate like you normally would see in a salad dressing that isn't, you know, processed, it's natural. So that's all we're trying to do here. So as you can see, my sauce has come to a boil. So I turned it down onto low. It's still gonna boil a little bit. Grab my arrowroot starch, my water, dump it in. And then the most important thing here is we want no chunks. If you leave the arrowroot starch powdered like this or in chunks, it's going to coagulate and it gets really gelatinous and you have like bubbles and balls of these gelatin balls, and it's really, really disgusting to eat. I've had to strain them out of gravies at my cafes before, and it is not a fun thing to do. So as you can see now, it's just water, basically. So watch how thick this will get once I dump it in. And there we go, it's just starting to thicken up here. So as you can see, that's really, really thick. You can see the arrowroot starch, the slurry, has really thickened that sauce up. That's the consistency you want. It's only been on here on low for another minute. We're gonna take this off and then we'll start getting ready to build our bowls. So while I was cooking the sauce, the ginger quinoa is done. So I just pulled that off the heat so it doesn't keep cooking with these electric stoves. It's not like gas. You have to make sure there's liquid in the bottom still if you're gonna leave it on that hot burner or take it off completely. Sauce is done, nice and thick. Broccoli is nice and cooked. It's also strained. Now I'm gonna check my chicken. The timer went off, so I'm gonna look for an internal temp of 165. See, this one has the thighs. They're both up to 165, but the juice, and I did 24 minutes at 350, in case I didn't say that. But the juice is running out of this. I'm gonna let this try to kind of sit. I'm moving a little bit quicker today just to get these done. But that keeps that juice, that fat, that moisture in there. And then these, the chicken breasts, you can see have a lot less liquid. So as those cool here, I wanna have my cutting board out. I'm very, very big into cross-contamination, like I said, so we always use white cutting boards in our house for meat. From here, I'm actually gonna start building my bowls. So I am gonna meal prep 6 of these. So I love using an ice cream scoop to get my grains out. It helps me portion correctly, but it also has more control than a spoon would. So that's done. Just gonna move this over. And then we'll get our broccoli going. So the broccoli's kind of cooled. Just grab this. And I'm gonna start slicing my chicken. Again, if you need it to cool longer, please feel free. Some people like the texture and the flavor better of the white versus the dark meat. My middle daughter does not like dark meat at all on any poultry. I personally like dark meat better. So sometimes it's nice to have options for people. And again, just cutting these into nice bite-sized pieces for people. As you can see, these are the most beautiful bowls. Super nutrient dense, so healthy for you. You could just take the sauce and drizzle it on top. These also freeze really well, and then you can reheat them in 6 to 8 months. So I love doing that too. But because I'm gonna be giving these to family and friends, I actually am gonna fill these little 2-ounce containers. I can get them at Costco, Sam's Club. You could get them online at Amazon, so they're really easy to find. I'm sure that other stores have them too. And look at how beautiful this sauce turned out. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is all. It is so easy. It's so good. I think I started this 45 minutes ago and I'm completely done with everything. All I have to do is throw everything in my dishwasher. Boom, done. I'm gonna let these cool completely before I put a lid on them because that condensation, one, will keep cooking them and we don't want everything to be soggy or like chewy, not like firm. We want that crispness in the broccoli still. And then I'm gonna eat some. So I'm gonna grab some quinoa for myself. So I got my quinoa, my broccoli, my chicken. Drizzle this on top. Hello, gorgeous. Oh. You know, for someone who has a lot of food allergies, I really miss out, especially when I go do social things or people want to go out to eat. I usually just bring my own food because I can't eat a lot of restaurant food and I don't want to eat processed food. So getting something like this where it's all inclusive, people come over, I don't even tell them how I make it, they eat it. They think it's the best teriyaki sauce they've ever had. And then I tell them, oh, by the way, there's no soy sauce. This is 100% gluten-free, soy-free. So I like to mix everything together whenever I eat. Okay, here we go. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. And you could always do less honey if you wanted more salt. You can do more garlic. I mean, I would probably put more garlic if it was just for me. But it is so stinking good. The broccoli is delicious. The colors are beautiful. That broccoli is cooked perfectly. I think I did 3 to 4 minutes boiling it. You could steam it if you have a steamer. A lot of people don't, so I wanted to show boiling it instead, or blanching it, whatever you want to call it. But the quinoa, you could do rice instead. You could do any grain, millet. I mean, come on. I hope you all try this. This is on Happy Food Catering's winter menu, and then it's either on the fall or spring menu too, but I can't remember. We switch it out half the year with our stir fry, which I will make for you in this year coming up, 2026, can't believe it. But try this, let me know what you think. I hope you love it. I hope it makes you feel so good, and also you just feel good from the inside out. Let me know if there's anything else you wanna make, like and subscribe, and I can't wait to make more videos for you all. Have a good one.